Morning everyone. I wanted to do this tutorial and show you how to make ears for your baby doll out of yarn. So these tools is what you're going to need. You're going to need yarn. You're going to need your crochet sewing needle. You're going to need a needle. The crochet hook needle. The size that I am using is D, which is 3.25. What I'm using in this brand is by Clover. And you're going to need a pair of scissors and of course your dowel head. So what I do before I cut my yarn, I actually leave a little tail. I don't start at the end. I leave a little tail, and we're going to work with the crochet needle, the crochet hook, I'm sorry. And I'm going to chain 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I am going to do a single crochet. I chain 6, but you're going to have a total of 5 once you do the 6. So I'm doing single crochet into, not the first one that it came out of, which this is that, you're going into the second one. So your total should be 5. 1, 2, 3. Oops, sorry. Don't have my glasses on, y'all. 4 and 5. So after I finish that, it should look like your project should look like this. I chain 1 at the end, and I'm going to bring, see how I'm doing a chain 1, but I'm bringing up some yarn. Bring up some yarn. It doesn't have to be real long, but make sure it's long enough for you to work with, depending on what size dowel you have. I have that come through. Make that little knot. Pull this other end too. You should have 2 ends, a short one and a long one. Pull these 2 ends so it's nice and locked in. Okay, you're going to repeat that and make number 2. Make sure that you give yourself enough room to work with. And you're going to chain 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're not going to go into the very first one that you came out. You're going to the next one. That was 1. That was 2. That was 3. 4 and 5. You have a total of 5. You're going to chain 1, and as you bring this up, you're going to bring it up some because you want a tail. You want a long enough tail that you're able to work with, and then you cut. I said this is so you cut that, bring it right on through, make that knot, pull the other side to make sure that that knot, and that's your second ear. So you have 2 ears, right? So we're going to start on this side. And it depends on what size dowel that you have too, of where you want to work at. I'm going to make mine's about right up in here. Yeah, mine's is going to be like right up in here. So you're going to take your crochet needle, your crochet sewing needle, and you got 2. I normally start with my long one, and I'm going to thread this. And I want to do mines like this. So I'm starting, it looks like it's going to be high like that, but it really isn't. I'm starting like right there, and I'm going to go in on, so what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going in on the 5th one. Like I said, it depends on what size dowel you have. That, you know, this is a little dowel, so I just did 5. I probably even could have did 4 and did 3, but I did 5 with this. And I am basically, I locked that in to where, and let's take that out a little bit. I want to move it back just a little bit back. Her hair is here, so the ear will go right here. So I was right. We're going in 5. So let's redo that. Make sure it's positioned, you know what I mean, so it looks realistic. A lot of times when you do make your dowels, you probably will put your ears before you do your hairstyle. Just, you know, unfortunately I'm doing it this way. But normally you would put your ears before you put, you know, the other part. Okay. And then what I do, I round stitch it into the ear. And then you always have that little, sometimes it's at the bottom, sometimes it's at the top, that little hook. So you see how I did that? So I turn it around so I'm able to see what I'm doing. I go back in with this top part, and I'm going to curve that down because I want it to have like a little hook in it. So I go in with my needle. Actually, we're going to bring the needle in this way to bring it down that way so it looks more realistic. Okay. Go all the way down. Right, and then I come back in with my round stitches again, because you just want to make sure it's in, and it's in you know, a little tight. You just round stitch it, and you want to make sure it's in right. It's tight enough anyway that it doesn't come loose. And I'm not, sometimes I go up and down. Sometimes I tug on it because I want to see how, you know, secure it is or whatever the case is. So sometimes I go through the whole thing. And then sometimes, you know, if it's secured enough, you know, I leave it like that. But I'm going in the back way just as well. You know, I go back in the front way. I don't make it as close as I did when I first started out. I kind of, you know, open it up because I don't want people to see. I want it to blend. So I just pick random spaces or whatever when I go around the second time, just to make sure that it is in. All right. So now we're going into the shaping, right? So I want the ear to like to curve a little bit. And I wanted to bring this down. And you see how I did that? I like came over it a little bit. See how that's sticking out? I came over and I got the needle going inside it. And then I come down again with it. I'm just securing it, and actually as I'm securing it, I'm shaping it. I'm doing the other side. This is the other, the ending one, because I want to take this and I want to take that bottom part, which will be like your earlobe. I want to bring that in too. Make sure it's nice and secured to with the look that I'm going for. And it is. And you shape it the way that you want it. Because right now, what I'm doing is that I'm just shaping it. Remind you, the dye is made from yarn and cotton. So it's very soft. It's very it's like a sponge. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just making it like realistic of what I want it to look like. So I'm going to take this because I'm still kind of fumbling with it a little bit. And it's fine if you go through the same thing. You know, it's fine because with making these dials, you are creating a vision that you see in your head. Always remember that. You are creating a vision. Even with following patterns, you're still creating a vision that you see in your head. And I'm just bringing this back a little bit. That's why you have to, and when you do your needles, do your thread and stuff, make sure that you always have enough room that you're able to do this type of stuff that I'm doing with it, you know, in and out and stuff with your thread. Okay. And then I'm going to take the bottom. And you see how I shaped it and how it's blending, you know, in like how an ear would be. And that's how you do it. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut this. Cut the bottom of it. And cut that short enough. If you don't cut it short enough, you can always go. Just make sure that you're not, you know, cutting your work. And then you take your needle, how I did that, and you lift it and tuck it. And it goes right in where you can't even see it. Just opening up my cornrows so it blends right around the ear. Now, I have to put an ear on this side. So once again, I started right here. So I have to bring in my ear over here. So we're going to take this right here. And, okay, this side we started with it down. So if I go in this way, right? If I go in this way, it's going to be on this bumpy side. I don't like that on the bumpy side for it to do. So what I do normally is I turn it around. So now my strings and stuff is going up instead of down. Because I like this fat part, like this part right here, I like to be close to the face. This fat part right here, I like that to be out where the ear is curved. So that's why when you do the second one, you do it, and like I said, vice versa. It may, one of them may be up, one of them may be down. You didn't mess up, that's fine. That's just the way how, you know, sometimes when you do the other side, it falls like that. Because I want that fat side to be on my outside. So my ear started right here. So I go across, and I'm going to come in here. Got to give it some room. Wait a minute, y'all. I want this fat side to be out and this harder, straighter side to be close. That's how I want it to go in. So make sure when you put it in that it's just falling, you know, like that. So once again, I'm going, if your thread does come off your needle like mine just did, let's thread that again. So I'll put it against like that, right? So once again, you're going to take it. I'm bringing my needle through so I can do it in front instead of doing it in back. Keep that close as possible. Right? And then we're going to round stitch. Now this side may look a little different because the way the camera and everything, I got this dial upside down front with, just bear with me. But you're basically going to do the same thing that you did on the other side. Round stitch it in. Okay. Round stitch it in. Make sure when you end off, so you end it off on this one, so you come around and you got to do the same thing. You know what I mean? So you want it, because you want it to be even around that ear. So round stitch it. And I always go by, you know, these rows and stuff and how it ended off. I know that's how I want it to be, to sit rather. I don't know what this. Okay. So I bring that out because I want to see where it sits at. And I'm good with that. So that one other string, we won't move that out the way. So once again, I'm going to bring that and make sure it is lined up to where you want it to go. Bring that corner up. And right now I'm just making the curve. I want it to curve a little bit, you know. And I'm sitting it in place. We're going to do it from the back like how we did it before. We're going to go in, and like I was explaining, I don't do every one like I did when I started it, but I pick random little spaces just to bring it in so that I know that it is secured. You know. Then now what we're doing now is that we're shaping it. So you see me bringing it back and all this other stuff, because basically what I'm doing is that I'm shaping the ear of the way I want it to go. And it could be like this for any particular ear. It doesn't have to be like this just for this particular thing. Because maybe you want your ears big. Maybe you want them like Dumbo ears. Maybe you building a stuffed animal and their ears is different. You do it the same way, just, you know, of course the stitches and stuff is different, but it's the same way. You shape it as you do it. So I'm going to come in here, which is this top part, bring her hair back up just a little, and I want to start curving it, but I want to bring it back some. So I'm going to do it like that. All right. And I'm just shaping it around the way that I want it to go. Needles seem like it's hard to come through today, right? Okay. And I didn't even put it that tight as far as tension. Your tension, you kind of do your tension the way how you want it to flow. Because some ears you might want big. It depends on how you want your ear to look. Remember, it's all in your mind how you want your doll to go. It's your imagination, you know. It's just, this is the concept of how you do it, how you can put it in, put the air in. But the styling wise, it really comes from how you want to style your dowel. It's your vision. Remember that. And I'm just doing this because I'm just, right now, I'm just shaping it. Going in, I'm just, you see how I'm taking the needle and I'm going to different, just like how I did the other one. I'm going in different sections and I'm curving it because I want it to be like that, you know, the other side. And I'm actually working, I'm going to get this, matter of fact, we're going to leave this one and we're going to do this one. Because normally sometimes, if I have enough string with that little one, I just do the whole thing out, you know, but I'm going to work now with this other side. And being as though we started from the top, we're going to bring it down to the bottom. Bring that right through. Because we want to make sure that's locked in too. And we got the very corner of this. And we are going to bring this in. And I have it, when I'm doing it, because I want it to stay on the same level, I do it, and instead of coming down, I go towards the face, like the way that I have my needle going. Whatever way you know, if you want it to go a certain line, you know that you're not going to bring it down because it's going to bring it too much. It's going to bring it down and make it longer than what you want it. So take that in mind too. And she's coming along good. Because this is, she has her little, I'm sorry, her swoop. We're bringing her cornrows back around. I didn't put a bunch of cornrows in. I probably could have added a little bit more, but I just left it. Like I said with this couture, check it out if you want to know how to do the braids and make these little cute, you know, styles. Like I always tell everybody, it's all in your creativity. You know what I'm saying? You get the concept of how to doing it, but you still take your zazz and put on the end of it, your touch, and make it yours, you know? And I'm just, you know, shaping it. I want to make sure that it's not too big, you know. I want it to come around. I want it to come out like the other one. So I'm basically just taking my needle and I'm just, you know, shaping it. Going in the back way, going in the front way. And I take, sometimes I take like little pieces like this and I go in there. And when I do that, all I'm doing is, it just helps shape it. I don't want to go on my bun. It just helps shape it. Okay. And then see how it pulls it in, and then see how it started off real big, but when you do that and you pull them in, like, you know what I mean, like little pieces, just to bring it back, just to form it in the way that you want it to be. That's all. She's coming along, y'all. Yes, she is coming along. So yeah, I'm going to take this one, and since we got the other side, I just want to, because sometimes you do have to do this too. I'm taking this one because I'm going over here on this other side, and I just want to make sure that it's all on the up and up. So I come over here with my needle sometime, and just to blend it to make sure that I'm getting, you know, a close look. Remember, things don't always have to be picture perfect because, like I said, when you're making these dowels and stuff and you're trying to make them realistic, the body is not picture perfect. So you don't want to make You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make it, don't get me wrong, you want it to look right and realistic and stuff, but, you know, like I said, it's okay to do it, you know, little nicks and crams and stuff if that's how it falls. And a lot of times you can, you know, you can sometimes correct them or just sometimes put a little zazz on it. Be like, it was supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, the human body, that's how it is. It's not picture perfect. And I shaped it. So with this one, I have two, because I came on the other side too. So I secured that, went around enough for, you know, me secure. I'm going to cut these two off, right? And I am going to shape it. Sure everything is correct on it with the hair and stuff, so I can see the way how it fell. And I think it looks good. She has her little ears. Let's puff this out because we done her ponytail in the back, her braids. Let's separate them out. Her lips. She is like doing it, honey. Yes, she is doing it. So, yes, I love it.